Good morning and welcome to Trans-West Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill and I am so excited about today's video. We are coming to you live from Colorado Springs at the 2025 dealer meeting with Newmar, and we are so blessed to be able to bring you this fantastic product update. So as usual, I like to start my videos from the inside out. Avon is shooting the cameras today, so take her on back, Avon. Jody's having a little nice day off of the camera duty, and this is our third live video of the morning, and we are bringing you one of the most exciting product updates I've seen in a long time. You know, I always wonder how Newmar is going to get better, and they seem to do it year after year. This is the 4059 Super Star. This is our #1 selling product. This is a bath and a half model, of course. Avon just showed you our fantastic shower, but as you'll note here, in 2024, we came up with a new cabinet design. So very sleek, very sophisticated. But as you can see here, we've never offered the sable maple cabinetry in the Superstar before. I love dark cabinets, but what's really awesome about this too is it's paired with the Summit interior. So this is a really nice, bright execution of cabinetry paired with the vessel sink, this really fantastic textured subway tile that they added last year in 2024. I mean, this Brighton interior paired with the sable maple and Summit cabinetry is so sophisticated. Now, as you'll see, the Brighton brings in some of these nice taupe tones. So you've got a nice warm tone, a real towel rack, a nice robe hook as well. All of your control panels, as you can see, are these great touch screens. So previously we've had KIB panels. This, of course, is coming from the higher lines that you will have these KIB panels that are touchscreen throughout the coach. This is new for 2024. And about 2022, we changed to this Dometic system. And I know it sounds silly, but having these illuminated, fill and flush buttons are really nice to have. Also, you'll note that we have some cool stuff, like you've got your courtesy lights so you can see down below, and also your Splendide washer and dryer, along with a ton of drawer storage for your your Tide Pods and also your dryer sheets. I actually keep my bed linens down here in my Superstar, but I also love all of the drawer storage that you have back here. So for people who are out camping, these big drawers that we have in the main bedroom are handy, but you oftentimes have things like bathing suits, underwear, things that you don't need to have a huge drawer of. So it's so nice to have the smaller drawers. And then look at this new control panel they've added in 2025. Very sophisticated, very cool. Of course, tons of extra hanging space here in this rear bath, and a lot of storage underneath here as well. You've got a great place to keep all of your cleaning supplies, as well as your hairbrushes, your toothbrushes, your toothpaste, and you can have a his and hers drawer as well. Now you'll see here, beautiful porcelain tile floor. This is a heated floor as well. You've got 3-zone heat in this coach, so very, very luxurious. And then, as I mentioned earlier, this bath and a half model is so popular, but look at this beautiful Summit cabinetry above your headboard. Again, this is the Brighton decor, and then with that flanked, decorative slide out cover being the sable, you have a really decadent, very, very sophisticated feel inside of this coach. It really just pops. And of course, we've got nice nightstands on either side with USB ports and 110 outlets. Again, more courtesy lights. And then one of the things I like to mention about this product that makes it so different in the marketplace, look at all the tuck space on either side of this bed. So not only do you have a nice 72 by 80 king size bed in this coach, you also have a bed that's easy to make. And in an RV, that's a really big deal. I mean, it actually is so nice to be able to go camping, make your bed, easily, not have to shove your hand in there. I think that it's just something that Newmar does better than everybody else. Now, again, we talked about this great wardrobe space, and you'll note that you've got 5 drawers down below, and then you've got your clear glass cabinet here. That's going to be where you would keep your telematics, but one of the things that's so exciting about this coach is not only do you have this beautiful smart TV, this 43-inch, you know, high-end Samsung smart television, but this coach has factory installed Starlink. Let me show you where it's at. It's over here in this mid-bath. But this is such a cool feature. We've been adding Starlink to coaches for a long time at Transwest. We started doing it a few years back, but it's so nice. It's right here in the center of your coach, very easy to access. And again, this is in motion, so you can stream all the Hulu, you can watch your NBA games, whatever it is that you'd like to do in your RV, very conveniently going down the road or at your campsite. And then take a look at all of this storage here. Great place to keep all of your kitchen towels, and maybe your extra bedding, whatever it is that you like to keep down there for sheets. And then of course you have plenty of room for cleaning supplies. I mean, this coach is chock full of so much storage. And then I love this, again, Summit colored interior for these cabinets. Makes it so roomy in here. And of course, this is a great place to keep your blow dryer or your curling iron, whatever it is that you need to get ready in the morning. If you're the early riser, you can get up and have this whole mid-bath and the front of the coach to yourself. Keep your nice pocket doors closed and let whoever is in the back sleep in. I also like the fact that there is a robe hook here. So if you are getting up early in the morning and making coffee, what a great thing to have a full length mirror and a robe hook. I mean, I don't know. I talked to Michelle at length about our Super C production the other day, and they're always looking for ways to improve their coach. But I've got to tell you, in 2025, they really knocked it out of the park with this two-tone cabinetry and then just little things that I really wish I had had in my coach. I love this full-length mirror. Now, of course, I have a 2022 Super Star, so I also don't have this feature, which is one of my favorite things. So this 10-inch monitor gives you access to control your lighting. You can also use your phone to look at your HVAC. You know, so this is a really nice system that you can use both on your phone and then centrifugally located in the coach. As I mentioned earlier, 3-zone floor heat. You also can check all of your power. You can look at all your tank levels. Everything is all right here. And then all of these all lights on and all lights off features are so nice. So in my Superstar, when I want to turn my lights off, of course there's a control panel above the headboard in the rear, but if I'm not in the rear of my coach, or if I want to turn all my lights off when I'm leaving for the day, to be able to just come in here and hit everything is just so much more convenient. Now, one of the things I really love about my coach, and that I think that you'll appreciate, is this Whirlpool refrigerator. Now, we use this 19.7 cubic foot refrigerator in a majority of our products. It's a ton of space. It's great separation for fruits and vegetables. Also, your meat and cheese drawer down below. This little bad boy slides out, so if you've got a bottle of Prosecco you want to keep cool, you can do that. You've got a ton of freezer space. And then this coach also has the optional freezer down below as well. So lots and lots of room for all the things that you need to bring, all your staples when you're on the road. Now, of course, we always talk about our convection and microwave oven. This is now an air dryer as well, which I think is fantastic. And then one of my favorite features in my Superstar is when we are out camping, very oftentimes I will take this cooktop out and make my bacon, make my French toast out on my picnic table. And then when I'm doing my prep, I just put this little cover back and top. So the kids can come in here. I've got all the fruit, all the syrup, all the butter. Everything is kind of staged in here. And then, of course, we're cooking outside because you can cover this with the stovetop removed and have all this counter space. Now, of course, we have our beautiful deep basin undermount stainless steel sink. They've done a nice dark finish. I love this faucet. I mean, what a beautiful, sophisticated, and simple look. But really, really high functioning kitchen. And again, this really beautiful white cabinetry is just giving you so much more, so much brightness in here. It's really just amazing how open and airy this coach feels. But then you still have all the sophistication of your drawers down below. Now, of course, the Fisher Paykel dishwasher. Just for those of you who aren't familiar with your tank sizes, you've got a 100-gallon fuel tank, 150 gallons of fresh water, a 60-gallon gray water tank, and a 40-gallon black water tank. Well, I hate to tell you this, but when you got 150 gallons of fresh water and you only have 60 gallons of gray water, water saving is really important. So that aquamizer system that we have that preheats your water is going to help. But another thing I don't think a lot of people realize, it takes about 5% of my gray water to do dishes after every meal. But if I just put my dishes in the dishwasher and do all 3 of my meals for the day in one load, it takes that same 5% of my dish or of my gray water space. So if you want to conserve water, don't do dishes. I mean, how awesome is that? You've got an excuse to put everything in the dishwasher. It's not that you're being lazy, it's that you're actually being conservative. But I do think that that's kind of an interesting fact. I took my coach out for 3 weeks. I did 50 amp, 30 amp, and then boondocking. And when I was boondocking and I didn't have a sewer connection, it was really interesting to figure out that I could actually save water by using my dishwasher. So, true story. One of my favorite things about this theater seating package, of course, is a place that I've got to keep all of my blankets, and then I can keep all my remotes up here as well. So very, very comfortable. As you can see, we've got an opposing dinette. This is a great place for everyone to hang out. We've turned the chair around so that you can see this beautiful, again, brightened decor. But I love this new sable maple cabinetry mixed in with this beautiful summit and your black rainbow. This coach no longer feels like this portion of the coach is not connected to your Superstar. In our earlier renditions, people would come into the Superstar and oftentimes go, it feels like it's a completely different thing. Like it just doesn't flow. This flows. Oh, I was leaning against my theater seat. I might as well show you how well this extends. So I think that you've got such a nice flow there to the front. And of course, with your Skyview cab, you've got that beautiful big window letting all the light in. But look at how flat this theater seat goes. I might just take a nap. I mean, holy moly. Talk about full extension. I mean, if you are a recliner guy, this is going to be by far the most comfortable theater seating available on the market. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the M2 106 Plus chassis. So the M2 112 and the M2 106 have both been upgraded to the Plus chassis. And one of the things that's so fantastic about this is that you've got your steering wheel controls. So for those of you that are out on the road, making phone calls, doing business in a business-like manner, trying to be efficient with your time, we all know that when you're driving a big old Super C, you want to have both hands on the wheel. This is just giving you all of that ability to make all of your phone calls, adjust your radio, all of those things without having to look over to the center. Now on that note though, if you look over here to the center, one of the things that we've done is we've got you a brand new 12.3 inch monitor, which is allowing me to have my camera in full display as well as my navigation and my radio controls on the left screen. So it's not a dual monitor, but this monitor with its dual vision allows us to not need to add a second monitor to the overhead aspect of the cab. This is a great new feature for 2025. This is really going to be a game changer. A lot of times I'll install an extra, dedicated camera system by Voyager for people so that they can have the ability to keep their cameras up and still operate their navigation system. No longer necessary in this coach. It's already done for you. Newmar did a great job. Another thing I want to just bring to your attention quickly is the stock control on this Freightliner chassis. So your engine brake now is so easy. It's up and down right there. And also your transmission controls, neutral, reverse, and drive, all integrated into your stock. So no longer do you have that clunky Allison display. And also you have an eco mode. So if you're trying to get better fuel efficiency while you're tracking down a straight road and you're not up and down in the hills, you can go ahead and put it on eco mode. Or if you want to downshift because you've got a heavy payload, of course, this Superstar has a 20,000 pound towing capacity. So if you've got a heavy payload and you're going up and over the Rocky Mountains, you might want to downshift. You can easily do that. And then if you were going down from Eisenhower Pass, for instance, and you want to have your engine brake on, very easy stock control. So nice feature. Another nice feature of this is they've really kind of homogenized everything. Everything is very driver centric, not hard to reach. All of your buttons are very nicely located. And then you'll note up here, we see this big black box on the windshield. This is your Detroit system. So previously, Wabco would do our driving adaptive cruise control systems for us. They actually contracted with Detroit Assurance to make that WABGO integrated into this coach. So you've got Mobileye giving you your lane tracking, and then you also have your adaptive cruise control integrated into this coach. It's a standard feature, as well as a tire pressure monitoring system. Again, this is all part of that new M2 106 Plus chassis. Another thing I wanted to make sure we mention is if you take a look at some of the things that Newmar does differently than everybody else, you've got a really nice flat entry into the house from the chassis. And then, of course, without being welded from the house to the chassis, you have this air ride cab, which is going to give you a really comfortable ride going down the road. I had some clients that flew out from Missouri. They took delivery of a Super Star from me on Tuesday. I do about 70% of my deliveries are for people that are out of state. They'll fly in and pick things up. And it was fun to talk to them yesterday on their way home. They were like, God, this cab is so much quieter than we expected. We really thought that we were going to have more cab noise because this is a Super C. This is even quieter than our leisure travel. So for those of you that are out there thinking about getting into the Super C segment, we test drove Dutch Stars, we test drove Super Cs, we drove all the gambit, and Kathy was really excited about the sex appeal that you get from the aesthetic of this Super C, and I think she was willing to sacrifice a little bit of cabin noise to get the aesthetic that she liked. Also, a big feature for her, and we'll make mention of it now, was the easy port entry for her dogs in the center of this coach. So in a Super C, one of the nice features that you have is when you're getting out of the coach to get gas or to use a restroom, great, you can use these front doors. But if you've got pets, not only do you have a great central location where you're coming in and out of the coach, you also have a step cover, so your fine furry friends can be nice and safe and have a cool place to hang out while you're going down the road. And then when you are, for instance, going to the gas station, you might pop out the front door, let the guys, stay all cuddled up and sleeping. But when it's time to go potty, you can even come out, get them leashed up, and have a nice entrance without having to go, of course, through that singular entrance you have in a Class A. But I don't think that she expected to have as much of a quiet drive going down the road. They were pretty astounded that it was even quieter than their leisure travel, because of course that Mercedes chassis is pretty nice. Look at all of this storage you have in your pantry. I mean, I don't know what you're going to bring with you, but you've got a lot of room here. A great place. So a lot of times, I think what people don't understand, when you have this much room that you can get all the way back to, you could have all your coffee cups in here. You could have all of your cooking oil, all of your baking supplies, because with our convection and microwave oven, of course, you can bake cookies or microwave a burrito, but it's just nice to be able to have a place to keep everything in your coach. Now, when it comes to this kitchen layout, of course, we talked about all the space, but you do have a little extension that you can bring this out. So if you are entertaining and you do have chips and dip and all that stuff, you can really turn this coach into a place that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seats for all of your friends to come in. And of course, we all know what the rule is. It's 6 for drinks, 4 for dinner, sleeps 2. And that's exactly how this coach works. This is not a convertible booth dinette. This is an extended dinette. So when you do have, you're 4 people. Look at Michelle, I almost broke your Sundays. When you do have 4 people here for dinner, you can really have a great space and a lot of room. And you also have, again, that really fantastic and comfortable theater seating. And one of my favorite features about this coach is the sound bar that's up top here. We use that all the time. It's really nice to be able to just have some music flowing through the coach, put your sound, your playlist on. Just a great feature in this RV. Again, this 4059 is definitely our #1 selling coach. And one of the reasons I think it is because you're getting a blend of luxury, and you're also getting that brute horsepower, that 20,000 pound towing capacity, 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. All of that stuff is really important. And when I talk a lot about foot-pounds of torque, keep in mind, this is the L9 that you have in the Dutch Star that has 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. It's got a 360 horsepower engine versus a 450 horsepower engine, or in the Ventana, for instance, a 400 horsepower engine. Again, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. The reason I talk about torque rating is because a lot of people don't understand. If you're looking out at that new Tiffin Super C, it's on an S2RV chassis. It's not the M2 106 Plus. And not only that, it's the ISB engine, so it's only going to have 800 foot-pounds of torque. This is a beast. This is giving you a true 20,000 pound towing capacity. It's giving you a ton of horsepower, or not horsepower, a ton of torque, and a great ability for towing as well. So very different in that product line. And I get a lot of people that want to compare a Tiffin to a Super Star, and I mean, the Tiffin's more like a Valencia, which is fine, but it's not even like a Verona LE. This coach, on the other hand, is a real beast. And not only is it a real beast that has a 20,000 pound towing capacity, one of the things I like to make mention of, this coach can have, look at that, 4,000 pounds of storage in this coach on top of the 20,000 pound towing capacity. So you can really load up this RV without sacrificing any of your towing capacity. And of course, for those of you that might have a boat, that if you've got snowmobiles, any of those heavier items that you're trying to track down the road, this is going to feel like a breeze up and down those hills, just the same as it would if you didn't have anything behind you at all. So big differences there, I think, worth mentioning. Now, as I mentioned, this is the new M2 106 Plus chassis, and this coach has so much sex appeal. As you can see, this Superstar is a head turner. When people come in to a campground in a Superstar, everybody so if you don't like folks, if you don't want to talk to people, you'll have to put like a do not disturb, I'm not friendly sign on your window, because everyone in the campground is going to come up to you. When I was in San Diego, I can't tell you how many orientations and walkthroughs I did on my Super C, because people were like, my God, what is that sexy beast that you're driving? It's a really, really great looking coach. And of course, driving down the road in a semi-truck is something that you see everyone doing across the country for commerce, because they track so nicely in adverse weather conditions. They're so handy. Now you'll see here, we've got our Freightliner chassis in this beautiful marriage of the Cummins L9. That Cummins engine is going to be all red, the Freightliner's all black, spring-leaf suspension. But what's so nice about the Superstar is with this air ride cab, you still have a very luxurious drive down the road. And as you can see here, we've got the seat extended, so you've got your air ride seats, and then you also have heated seats with lumbar control. So a really, really nice feature of this coach. And I love the dark wood that they've come up with on the new M2 106 Plus chassis. Very easy to get into. You do have dual fill. These are your side mounted cameras. And then as you can see here, cross ventilation. So this window opens. You also have your Carefree awning package here. These awnings are fantastic. If you don't want the sun coming into your coach, you're trying to keep your temperature down, this is a great way to be able to do this. And then one of the nice features about the Newmar Superstar is all of the storage that you get because you're on this star foundation. So this raised foundation gives you so much more base storage underneath your coach. And I love I love the fact that when you open these, you've got these nice LED lights. Everything is illuminated, very easy to see underneath your coach. I don't know if I can open this all the way, Evan, so I'm going to just pop it a little bit so you can get in here and show this to Medic. Another nice feature of this coach, for those of you who want to have beverages outside, you don't need to have, you know, a 12-pack refrigerated. You can put a few bottles of soda, some beer, some water in that cooler, keep everything cool, and then look at how much, you could have crates of water, beer, all of that stuff here, because the Star Foundation gives you so much more storage. And then I know a lot of people like these sidewall TVs. I really like my television right where this one is, down below. And the reason I like this is because if you are sitting in a camp chair, underneath, of course, this has got the dual awnings with the really cool LED lights integrated into them. But if you're sitting here watching a movie outside, or maybe the football game, whatever it might be, maybe you're tailgating. I took my Super Star to go see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We watched Red Hot Chili Pepper videos, on our TV. But your television is at the same level as your camp chairs are. Whenever you have them in the sidewall, I always wonder if people have bar stools that they're bringing with us that are higher up. So this is a great location for that television. There's that rear egress door that you get in this 4059. Now you could have an optional slide out tray here. This coach does not have that. We could always install that for you. But this is a great amount of storage. Of course, when you don't have the slide out tray, you've got a little more room. And then one of the best features, of course, of the Superstar is the fact that, you know, in a coach that is got a drive axle running all the way through it, to have this much pass-through storage is really quite decadent. And then on top of it, look at this garage. Oh my gosh. So we use all the space in here. All of our extension cords. I think Jason's got glass cleaner, tire shine, everything here. And we keep our table in here as well. So a ton of extra space that you don't find on any other product line. Again, 20,000 pound towing capacity. We've got our 7-pin connector as well as our camera connection already pre-wired for you. All you got to do is get that vehicle of yours with a base plate on it, and we can add a ping tank and an airline, give you that Air Force One braking system. I mean, this coach is really, really well set up and ready for you to get on the road and get out there and go camping. Now, again, this is the 2025 Newmar Super Star. Great product changes this year, very exciting. This exterior cover is called Peppercorn, which I think is just a great graphic color. They only have 3 colors this year for the Newmars, but keep in mind, even though we only have 3 colors, it's very inexpensive to custom order any paint design that you want. So if you've got an alma mater that you're a big fan of, a football team that you want to support, and you want us to custom paint a coach for you at Transwest, I love making custom coaches. I like to get everybody really happy and really satisfied with everything that they're putting on the road. So let us know how we can get you out on the road and camping. My name is Katie O'Neill. I'm coming to you live from the Newmar Dealer Show. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning.